Hi, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Backstage Pass. We've got a great interview, great guest this week, Colin Simmons. So here's my conversation with Colin. As I promised, we have a very, very special guest this time out on Backstage Pass. More years ago than I care to recall, Joy Bell, who used to work for us, wonderful Joy Bell, who's still teaching music and doing all kinds of wonderful things here in town. Joy Bell dragged me kicking and screaming, I might add, down to Marsville, to the elementary school down there to see a production of The Wizard of Oz. And it was an excellent production. The kids were great. It was, you know, it was what it was. It was lovely. And then the wizard came on stage. Colin Simmons, how are you, my friend? Great to see you.
I'm great. I'm grand. I still have those glasses somewhere.
Colin, how old would you have been when I saw, how old were you when I saw that production?
Oh, that was when I was 10 or 11.
10 or 11. So it wasn't that long ago, really. And
no, not at all.
The grand scheme of things. And I sat there, and this young lad came on stage in sort of head to toe in green lame with these massive big green Elton John glasses, the emerald.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic. And as a result,
and the boa. Don't forget the boa.
Oh, that's right. Yes, of course, there was a boa as well. I mean, yeah, every wizard has to have a boa, right?
Every single one.
And I went, now we have the kid to do A Christmas Carol. This is it. He's finally come along. And that very first production of Christmas Carol, you played Ralphie for us, as I remember.
Yeah.
Was that your first time with Theatre Orangeville?
Yes, A Christmas Story was my first time playing Ralph. I had seen The Hobbit. I had seen Pablo's young company of The Hobbit that summer, and I was like, oh, I want to be a part of that. And then I was able to be part of A Christmas Story. But that was my first time on the Theatre Orangeville stage. And then everything went from there.
Colin, of course, is instantly recognizable for Laurie. I guess most recently on stage, was Laurie in Little Women a couple Christmases ago. And our audiences, Colin, I guess, have kind of seen you grow up on this stage. And of course, everyone knows Colin as the what's the word I want? I don't think genius is too far of a stretch. Behind the production of A Midsummer Night's Dream that happened out at Island Lake almost 2 years ago now. It's hard to believe that was almost 2 years ago.
It's crazy.
I know, crazy. It's scary. And director of Young Company Productions and teacher extraordinaire and amazing young actor. But yeah, The Dream, I still get emails about that production, Colin, that it was such a thrill to be involved in. Tell us a little bit about that experience for you. And
well, The Dream was was a dream. It was a dream come true. It was awesome. I had no idea when we first had our conversation, probably like a year before we actually started the rehearsing. I had no idea kind of what to expect, and I didn't anticipate the scale of it. Really, like, you kept trying to emphasize that for me, but I didn't really understand that it was going to be like I don't know what. But with the crew and the choir and the cast, it must have been like close to 75 people or more. It was just crazy. That was a lot. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of, you know what? It really drilled home for me as a director preparation, because I had spreadsheets and all kinds of stuff to keep track, 3 different versions of the script to compare and contrast, because of course I edited it a little bit for concision, but that was an amazing production. It was so great to see so many different facets of my Theatre Orangeville experience and my Orangeville experience in its entirety come into this one thread, kind of flow in. It was a joy. I will never forget I think it was the Friday or Saturday night performance, where, of course, because the sun sets during the show, and we had this beautiful, the beautiful Island Lake scenery and this huge crowd all some of them in the little fairy ring, the mushroom ring that we had created. And by we, I mean, it had nothing to do with me. It was my idea on a piece of paper, but Becky and Lisa and all of the brilliant magical elf crew, seeing the sunset and everything's dark, and then the torches come down when you and Debbie were walking down. I don't think I've seen a more magical moment in theater I haven't seen a magical moment in theater for a long time like that. It was very, 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 very special.
Yeah, it was a thrill to be a part of it. I hadn't done Shakespeare in probably, I don't know, 40 years. And 30, well, a good 30 years anyway, close to 30 years, actually, now that I actually think about it. But, it was a thrill to be involved with it. But yeah, people are still raving about that. And of course, that Island Lake experience, it was a huge project. I mean, it was a massive project that was kind of outside of the purview of our regular operating budget and everything. It was really but it was a dream come true, very much so. So the entire community, Colin, thanks you for that production and what you brought to it. I mean, I remember, your production of Romeo and Juliet that you did with Young Company, and then that amazing Alice in Wonderland production.
Oh yeah.
That I still remember that tea party when the table lifted and I mean, it was really breathtaking. You're a very gifted and creative artist, and so thank you for sharing all of that with us, right? That energy and that amazing talent. But you're doing some other.
Thank you too. I got to thank you because I think. For anyone who's joining who's not a regular Theatre Orangeville person or a regular theater person, you might not know that Theatre Orangeville is like a rare little gem. And the level of opportunity for young people is kind of unparalleled. I have never heard anyone who's had the same opportunities that I had at Theatre Orangeville, which is largely thanks to you, David. And I've seen it now with other young people coming through. Dan Riel comes to mind, John Daniel, and a whole bunch of kids, Katie Creelman, all of the kids that I had the great joy of working with. I think that a lot of that is thanks to you and thanks to the theater for entrusting a huge project. Even something like Young Company is a huge project for someone as young as I was at that time, and Midsummer Night's Dream was a ginormous project to entrust someone as young as me. And so thank you for the opportunity. I don't think I would have that anywhere else in the country, really. Well,
yet. Right? There's the operative word. Yet is the operative word, Colin.
Yes.
But that was a beautiful segue. Thank you, Mr. Simmons, for lobbing that up in the air, is to talk around Young Company, because you're going to be returning to us again this summer.
Yeah.
With, if the fates allow and all is somewhat more settled in the world, knock on wood.
Why do I have a plank of wood there? No, don't ask.
Well, that'll be my next question about the plank of wood. Is around Young Company, where the plan, I guess, at the moment is to run a Young Company. Normally we run a musical theater company and a drama-based company. This year, based around protocols and all that kind of stuff, we're going to try and run the drama-based company, and that's going to be happening in August, I think, from the 3rd to the 29th of August. So you're going to be there, but you're also doing musical theater intensive, since we're not doing the musical, and for those kids that want the musical theater experience. Tell me what that's going to be about. That happens in July. I think it's the 12th. Yes. 23rd. We're going to put all the dates and contact information, how you can register and all that stuff. Dan will magically put all that up on the screen somehow. We'll figure that out. But tell me a little bit about what's happening with the musical theater.
The musical theater intensive. Numerous years ago, I did a drama intensive for 2 weeks, and that was kind of covering a lot of acting techniques from almost at a post-secondary level, like things I was learning things I learned at Sheridan. I was trying to bring to kids that were significantly younger, young people that were significant. There weren't, definitely not kids. And the musical theater intensive is going to be kind of along those same lines. It's going to be intense in a good way. So it's going to be covering techniques and analysis and stuff like that. Those big words that kind of sound boring, but they're actually really exciting, or at least I find them exciting. That you'd learn, in first and second year at college. Things that I learned at Sheridan, I want to bring to young people. So looking at how to look at a musical theater scene, because they're different than play scenes, because they always have to ramp up to a point where you burst, where you can't speak anymore and you need to sing. And so we're going to look at how the scenes are structured, and how to inflate the moment large enough so that we believe the burst into song. That there's no other way to express yourself but to burst into song. It's my favorite part. It's my favorite part of a musical. And when a musical is done really well, there's nothing quite as magical as the moment where the words are no longer enough, and music must take over. And so we're gonna look at both scenes and songs and how to transition between the two. And it's going to be a really fun and really intense couple of weeks. I'm really looking forward to it. So we're going to focus on special scenes and songs from the big musicals of now and of yesteryear, right. To look at that.
Of course, it's all going to be driven by, as I said before, it's all going to be driven by protocols and what conditions we're under in terms of if there's a stay at home, or if it's where we have a little more latitude during the summer, based, of course, all on safety and health protocols and all of that. It's going to be a reduced number of participants for all of the programs, actually, based on physical distancing requirements and all that kind of stuff. It's done absolutely safely. Young Company, we're kind of not really. I want you to come back maybe in a couple of weeks, and we're going to tease everybody right now with the title of what the show is. The play is going to be. It's very exciting. I just reread it again just a couple of days ago, and I think it's going to be absolutely. I love it. I want to be in it. I thought it was absolutely sensational. It's going to be great fun. But we've got auditions coming up for that very shortly. I think at the moment, we're talking about the 25th and 26th of May. And I guess, again, everybody was just pay attention to the website and to this. We'll be sending out emails. So please keep an eye out for emails around Young Company, because, of course, it's all tied to whether we're going to do these auditions in person, whether we're going to do them online, any of that kind of stuff. But I guess the real thing that people probably want to right now is, what do they need to prepare for the auditions for that play?
Well, for a Young Company audition, really what I'm looking for is just a short monologue. So 1 to 2 minutes, a piece of text. And if anyone was part of the Zoom information session, we talked about a couple of different resources, things to look for. But whatever that monologue might be, I'd love for auditioners, is that the right word? Sure. People auditioning to ask, pardon? Auditionees?
Is the auditioner?
I guess, yes, is that I'm the auditioner and they're the auditionee.
I think someone's going to email and get it straight on that.
Yeah. Well, thank you in advance to whoever does that. But it will be a short monologue, 1 to 2 minutes, and so we'll be looking at. I'll be watching that, and then after you perform it for me once, we're gonna play with the text and do some silly things and just have fun with it. It's really not that scary or intimidating.
But memorized, of course, and
yes.
Preferably from a play or some of there's great resources online to find monologues and things like that. We're not looking for school speeches or any of that kind of thing, right?
No. It's definitely, it would be ideal to be someone in a circumstance wanting something from a different character. So a play is best for that.
Cool.
And of course, asking the age-old questions of who are you? Where are you? And what do you want from this person that you're talking to? Because normally a monologue is always to another person. So we want to know what you want from that person, whether it's love or affection, or you want their money, or you want their peanut butter sandwich. Right. Any of those things are valid.
Or unless you're Hamlet and you're just standing there talking to yourself, which is part of his problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great, Colin. The Kate Gallant, who is our new programs manager, who's running all of our youth programs and all of that great stuff. Kate we'll put her email up on the screen too. But Kate, I'm sure Kate will be sending out an email to all past participants and any inquiries that we've had. So that's where you're going to get some information on that, about the final decisions on auditions, how all that's going to work. Colin, what's bringing you joy these days? What's, we're all trying to find it where we can. Is there anything particularly that's giving you joy these days?
What is bringing me joy? Ooh, that's a good question. Well, really good tea is bringing me joy on a daily basis. Really great, yes. And coffee, tea and coffee. I drink tea and coffee all the time. And it's the little things. It's the little things. In particular, because I'm trapped in my small apartment in Toronto, obviously Ontario. So the little things are bringing me joy. Also, I'm so grateful now that the sun is coming out more and more. And I'm fortunate enough to live at Hyde Park, or live around Hyde Park. And so seeing all of the flowers and the trees come back to life is just so stress relieving. Awesome. That's what's bringing me joy.
Fantastic. Colin, thanks so much. We're looking forward to, you're of course been doing a little bit of work for us on some great graphic and design, and all of our web, or all of our social media stuff that always looks so fantastic these days, folks. That's all due to Colin's creativity.
I try.
And innovate. No, it's really remarkable and wonderful. But we're looking forward to having you around a bit more this summer for the intensive in July and the Young Company in August. So, Colin, thanks so much. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, David.
Okay, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Colin. We're really looking forward to having you back here with us. There is a lot. Look, I got 3 pages from Susan and everybody in tourism and Mara. I've got 3 pages of things that are going on here in the community. There's a lot going on. It's fantastic. The weather's starting to get great. So let's go through this, because I want to share with you, because there's lots of great stuff here. You're going to have lots of fun. I've said it before, and it couldn't be truer. Never, never, never at any time. It's so important for us to support local businesses and the local art scene. So check these things out. The Orangeville's Farmers Market, I haven't been to it yet, but I'm going to get out there this Saturday. It runs from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Apparently, they're letting 75 people through at any given time. Of course, they're distancing and crowd control and all that kind of stuff. So those strict protocols are being there. The non-food vendors are not allowed to participate. I always love seeing our own Liz Glenday, Busy Lizzie, who's there with her great stall, and Anne Randerad, who's got her pottery there. They will not be there for a little while yet, but it is fun for the whole family. So check it out. DowntownOrangeville.ca. Again, we'll put all the information up on the screen. A lot of the restaurants, in fact, every restaurant, I guess, in town is offering takeout and specialty menus. Please, please, please support them. Hopefully patios will reopen soon, and we'll all be able to enjoy a lot of that great dining. Walking, hiking, there's a lot going on. Scavenger hunts for public art and heritage. You got to go to orangeville.ca. That's still happening. The town of Orangeville is running that, and it's really a lot of fun. The Dufferin Highland Bruce Trail Club has organized a children's treasure hunt hike up at Split Rock Trail in Mono. After the kids do the hike, they can go on to the Bruce Trail Club website to submit answers. There's a little kind of test, and maps can be picked up at the Information Center here in Orangeville. Along the Vicky Barron Trail out at Island Lake, we were out there just last week, and it's just it's spectacular, as we all know. Birds, animals, and my favorite little animal these days is the opossum. I'd like to have a pet opossum, I think. They are nature's cleanup crew. And they're naturally immune to rabies. I didn't know that. Susan was telling me that. Opossums can eat up to 5,000 ticks per year, along with all kinds of stuff, and they can't catch or carry Lyme disease. I love the opossum. So if you see one, just kindly ignore it, because they're going about doing a really great job. There's fundraisers, terrific fundraisers going on. There's a perennial sale and garden art event at Primrose United up in Mono on June 5th. It's happening from 1 to 3. The information is going to be there. The link to the website for Primrose is going to be there for Primrose United. Drive-in movies at Fiddle Park up in Shelburne, June the 12th. This is a fundraiser by the Shelburne Rotary Club for the much-needed splash pad up there in Shelburne. And again, check out the Shelburne Rotary Club website for info on that. The Mansfield Ski Club, Music in the Hills, this is really super exciting, is going to be presenting a drive-in concert in support of suicide awareness. Get your tickets as soon as they can. It will be a sold-out show because artists include the incomparable Jim Cuddy Trio, Woody Woodburn. Again, check out musicinthehills.ca. Arts and craft, if you've got a passion, you can still purchase art and media in a lot of forms directly from artists themselves at galleries. Weaver, Pat Burns, Wedland, of course. Jim Lorman, a phenomenal woodturner. Potter, Al Pace out in the Hockley Valley. Those beautiful, his garden art and his canoes. Dragonfly Arts on Broadway, of course, has a fabulous selection of Canadian artists. Check that out. The Alton Mill is closed right now. The Art Center down the Alton Mill is as of right today is closed to the public, but you can do lots of workshops and online tours through their website, or altonmill.ca. And up at the Boston Pizza is the Mom Market. It's happening here in Orangeville, June 5th between 11 and 3 p.m. And it's going to be featuring products from local vendors. And it's put on by the Mom Market Collective. That's going to be a real lot of fun. In downtown Orangeville, we believe that kindness rocks. That's why the Kindness Rocks project is coming to Broadway. Starting Wednesday, I guess it started yesterday, so it's up and running right now. It started yesterday, inviting Orangeville residents to bring painted rocks, something you can hold in your hand. Don't be bringing a boulder or something out of your garden, for those beautiful raised garden beds that are just outside of Reader's Choice and Broadway Music. Bring a rock, paint it, color it, use nail polish, whatever you want to do. But the idea behind the project is that one moment in time can send a positive message that can change your whole day. And one day can change a life. And one life, of course, can change the world. So get ready to rock. Use your supplies, whatever you got at home. Decorate those rocks, bring them down, put them in the garden. So just whenever anybody's strolling down Broadway, they can kind of stop at that garden outside Reader's Choice and Broadway Music and just have a look and maybe take away some inspiration for the rest of the day. You can get supplies, Art with Jada on Mill Street, Maggioli, Pottery Party Studio, Reader's Choice has got, Veronica's got paint kits there as well. And so we want to see what amazing, inspirational, and colorful rocks you can bring. Be sure to tag them when you're creating rock, so for the community and beyond. So there you go, 3 pages, lots going on. Be sure you take advantage of all the wonderful things that are here in our community, the trails, the hikes, the walks, the paths, just the outdoors safely, of course, is paramount. So until next time, what else? We've extended the run of the Rules of Playing Risk. I almost forgot to tell you about Theatre Orangeville. We've extended the run of the show due to popular demand. Of course, it's tickets for the Rules of Playing Risk, the world premiere production. People are raving about it. They're absolutely, they're getting it. Dan has created some really fantastic videos and really concise information about how to get the show off these computers, off your laptop, wherever you may be watching me right now, and getting it onto your big screen TV. If you can make that leap to there, which is super easy, Dan and Tina and everybody, we always say, make it David proof. If I can do it, anybody out there can do it. And I'm not without a word of a lie. I'm telling you that. So it's super easy to do. Get it. Get a ticket, get a link, check it out. You're going to love it. It's an original play. It's the first time that we've done a full-length play on this format. Theatre Orangeville presents online. You're really going to love it. So get a ticket, get a link, and stay safe, stay happy, and we'll see you soon.